What's going on, guys? Going back into another video, and no, your eyes are not deceiving you. I am in yet another location. I'm actually at my parents' house visiting in Washington for the holidays. So I said that was the last time I was filming videos in my apartment, which is true. I have now officially moved out. I am gone, turned in the keys, it's all over. But that didn't mean I was done making videos for the year. I actually have a very jam-packed schedule of videos coming for you guys for the rest of the year. I've got end-of-year lists. I've got a lot of stuff going on. And this is one of those end-of-year lists. So you guys know I did the 100 Movies I Missed challenge. I watched 151 movies I had never seen before. The only criteria was it could not be from 2019, so 2018 and back. And today I'm giving you my top 10 favorite movies from that list. I saw a lot of really excellent movies for the first time that I just really loved and enjoyed, and I want to talk about them with you guys. Next year I will, I can't believe it, I may not go through with it, but I'm going to, that's the plan, going to rank all 151 movies I saw in that list. I did it last year with my 2020 movies. That was 111, so it's like 40 off. So I think I can do it, and it will be in one video, so it'll be a long video. But today I'm giving you the top 20. I'm gonna run through 20 through 11 just as some honorable mentions, and then I'll actually get into the top 10. I'm not gonna do big reviews. It's like the 100 favorite movies of all time. I'm not gonna get big reviews. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about them, and then we'll be on our merry way. But if you enjoy, please consider dropping a like, comment, and subscribe. That all means the absolute world. But without further ado, let's just let's hop into the honorable mentions. So I got my Letterboxd up on my iPad. This list is actually on Letterboxd. You can go check it out if you want. Go check me out on Letterboxd. This list is up on there. So at number 20 is Django Unchained. Number 19 is Spotlight. 18 is The Big Short. 17 is The Florida Project. 16 is The Hurt Locker. 15 is The Godfather Part 2. 14 is No Country for Old Men. 13 is The Departed. 12 is The Grand Budapest Hotel, and 11 is Mad Max Fury Road. So, without further ado, let's get in and start the top 10. And coming in at number 10 is Before Sunset. So, this is the second movie in the Before trilogy. I've only seen the first two. I have not seen Before Midnight yet. I am still, like I said, waiting to get that trilogy on Criterion. I'm so excited to eventually pick it up someday. But this is by far, so far, I've not seen Before Midnight, but of the two, the best one. And it's very magic. It was magical watching this relationship first start in the first film. But the second film is unique because it jumps us forward in time. And that's what, I believe this is Linklater that did this. Directed by, who directed this? I believe it's Richard Linklater. Yes, it is. It's Richard Linklater. And he tends to do that. He did it with Boyhood. He did it with this trilogy. It was like, I think 9 years in between. I could be wrong on the actual timeline. But we get to see where they are, where they've come, how they've grown as people. And this is their first, our main character's first interaction since that, evening into night in the first film. I think it's written very well. Again, I love these films because they are dialogue based. There's no action, there's no spectacle. All it is conversations. And that is something I really love so much. To the point that's when I made my short film, The Five, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted it to be dialogue based. I wanted them to be having conversations. Obviously, not as good as Before Sunset, but I did take inspiration. But this film is fantastic. I mean, the performances are brilliant. I think they're phenomenal. I think long takes where you have to remember this dialogue, this very hard dialogue of these very intellectual conversations, is fantastic. I adore this movie. I really do. I love it. And it comes in number 10 on my list. And I'm just going to say that the top 10 are all 5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. All of them. Coming in at number 9 is Nightcrawler. I said this in my top 100 favorite films of all time. I'm going to say it again. The fact that Gyllenhaal was snubbed and not even nominated is a crime. He is brilliant in this movie. This is top-notch acting. I think the movie is written very cleverly, and it gives a very interesting perspective into the world of journalism. You guys obviously know I'm a journalist. I love the field. It's not all true. I won't say it's all true, but I won't say it's all false. It's very interesting look. It gets really crazy, takes a lot of really weird turns, but it works because it's earned throughout the movie. You see Jake Gyllenhaal's character slowly get crazier and crazier and more power hungry, and it ends. The shocking ending is amazing. This movie overall is is brilliantly done. It really snubbed at the Oscars, again, especially Gyllenhaal. I mean, the scene of him breaking the mirror alone should have given him the Oscar, but it doesn't matter now. It's got a cult following, and I'm one of those people that really loves it. And it comes in number 9 on my list. Coming in number 8 is Wildlife, another film with Jake Gyllenhaal. I really love Jake Gyllenhaal on this list. For me here, it's the performances. I believe it's Jake Gyllenhaal, obviously, and Carey Mulligan are dynamic. They've got great chemistry. I think the writing here is, again, very well done. That's something I'm going to say about most of these films, is that they're written very, very well. The conversations are impactful. I don't know what that noise is. We're just going to power through it. But I mean, it's a heartbreaking film. It really is. I mean, things happen in this film that absolutely shattered my heart. And it's like Marriage Story, where things happen that just really shatter your soul. It is a fantastic film, just brilliant, and I loved it, and it came in at number 8 on my list. Coming in at number 7 is The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. I mean, I'm talking about dialogue-based, no action, no spectacle. This is the complete opposite, but it's earned because in the first 2 movies, we had all of the build-up to this final huge fight between the Fellowship and the Hobbits and Sauron, and it's just I've never seen the Lord of the Rings movies before. This was the first time I ever watched them, and this was pure just payoff and spectacle, and on top of that, we got character moments. We had, just the conclusion, and then a really sad but nice, happy ending. And that was something that I really liked and enjoyed. I wanted these hobbits to really have a happy ending, and they did. And then Frodo, of course, gets to go off to what is like paradise in their world of Middle Earth, with Gandalf and the others, the elves, and a great bow on a really, really great trilogy. I love it. It comes at number 7 on my list. Number 6 is Baby Driver. Edgar Wright directs the heck out of this film. Not only is it written very well, again, I'm going to say that, all these films are really written well, but the editing in this film, the editing along with the soundtrack are the highlights. The editing to the soundtrack is the highlight. I mean, it's brilliant. These scenes are spectacle-like, but it's just like driving cars. It's like Fast and Furious, but not as cartoony. The Fast and Furious, they're getting to the point where it's very cartoony, but I still love them. They're like Sean Chandler says, like Taco Bell movies. But this isn't. This is like realistic type stuff, and I had such a fun time with it. I watched it 3 times this year. Watched it with all my family. They all really liked it. Great performances overall. But it's got to be the editing. The editing is fantastic. It's fantastic. And it comes at number 6 on my list. Coming at number 5 is Arrival. And this is a performance-based film that is directed extremely well by Denis Villeneuve. The writing is absolutely phenomenal. The way the ending is blew my mind. I mean, it's just a damn good film. It's shot beautifully. The cinematography is amazing. But overall, it's written cleverly. I think with the actors you got to give those performances, it was done very well. I think Denis Villeneuve got really great performances out of them, and I think he just directed a beautiful, different and new sci-fi film, not trying to rip off any other franchise. This was an original film, and I loved that. I respect it, and it comes in at number 5 on my list. Coming in at number 4 is The Social Network. Now, if we want to talk about writing, we talk about this film, because Aaron Sorkin writes such a brilliant film about the rise of the biggest social media platform in the world. And he does it through court hearings and, just hearings, legal hearings and legal meetings, and that's fantastic. It's got Sorkin's cadence. I think Jesse Eisenberg is perfect for that. He plays a brilliant Mark Zuckerberg, and it is I would say, close to, if not perfect, film. The next 4 films on this list, including this one, I think are, if not perfect, very close to perfect films. Everything about it is spectacular. David Fincher's direction is spot on, and the score is very inventive and creative, and that all together makes for a phenomenal film. I love it. It comes in number 4 on my list. Now, coming in number 3 is Whiplash. We will not be hearing the last of Damien Chazelle on this list, I will tell you that. But this one is shot beautifully. I will say that for Damien Chazelle. I'm just going to say overall is a brilliant director, and this is a phenomenal film. It's shot brilliantly. I think J.K. Simmons literally gives an award-winning performance. He literally won the Oscar. Miles Teller, not too far behind. He's fantastic as well. And the thing I always talk about this film is it is the pursuit of being the best and the pursuit for perfection and how far you will go to reach that. And I love that about this film. I love the message. I love everything about it. And that's what hits with me, is the message. It's the pursuit of perfection. I respect the hell out of it. Damien Chazelle is by far one of my favorite directors, and it comes in number 3 on my list. Speaking of Damien Chazelle, number 2 is La La Land. This film is what I would call the perfect film. And if not the perfect film, the perfect love story. And like I've said, I have a video essay coming next year about that. I've been writing the script, working on it, but I really want it to be good. So it's going to take some time, so bear with me. But the performances are spectacular. I believe Emma Stone won an Oscar for it. Damien Chazelle's direction is spot freaking on, and it is an ode to classic Hollywood and classic musicals, 2 things that I love. Overall, just fantastically done. It's written beautifully, and the damn score and music by Justin Horowitz is brilliant. It is. I adore this movie. I think about it all the time, and I've only seen it once. And I think about it all the time. And it comes in number 2 on my list. But coming in at number 1, you guys already know, it's Inception. I love Christopher Nolan. He is the absolute man. And this film, I believe, is his masterpiece. The way that things are done practically with effects is brilliant. The spinning hallway with Joseph Gordon-Levitt is awesome. You get a fantastic performance, not just from Leonardo DiCaprio, but pretty much everyone in the cast is great in their own way. Again, writing is fantastic. The way that time is dealt with in this universe is brilliant. Again, that's Nolan. Nolan loves time. I mean, most of his films deal with time, and this one's done very cleverly. And just the emotion. Like, for a film like this, you wouldn't think there would be a lot of emotion. You think it might be a little shallow. No, there's emotion here with Cobb, Leonardo DiCaprio's character. There's some really great emotion, and just all he wants is to just go home and see his kids. And I love that because there's actual heart behind the character. He's not a shallow shell of a person. He is an actual character that has heart, that has motivations, and those motivations are awesome. Nolan is my favorite director. I absolutely adore him. He's amazing. And Inception, I believe, is his masterpiece, and I believe that this is as close to a perfect film as you can get. I love it, and it is my favorite film that I saw in the 100 Movies I Missed challenge. Now, we're going to round you off the top 10 one more time so that you guys know what we're talking about. Number 10 is Before Sunset. 9 is Nightcrawler. 8 is Wildlife. 7 is Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. 6 is Baby Driver. 5 is Arrival. 4 is The Social Network. 3 is Whiplash. 2 is La La Land. And 1 is Inception. Guys, let me know down below in the comments which is your favorite film that I talked about today. These are all, I believe, fantastic films. I think a lot of you believe that as well. Let me know down below what is your favorite film I talked about today. This series isn't going anywhere. I am restarting this series, re-upping it for 2021 because I just want to do it. Yes, I know there is a huge theatrical slate coming out next year, and trust me, I will be doing reviews. If you want to see those reviews, go over to FinaticFilm Reviews and leave a subscription. That is my second channel that is home to only film and TV reviews. I did The Mandalorian, I did Soul, I did Wonder Woman 1984. Those are the first 3 that I did. Make sure you go check it out and subscribe if you are interested. But guys, that is pretty much it. Thanks so much for taking the time to click on the video, like, commenting, subscribing. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you